Hello there everyone and welcome to another session of the fourth day of the IndieX event of 2023. I am going to be playing Songs of Silence, a story-rich strategy game set in two distinct fantasy worlds threatened by the all-devouring silence. With me I have Laura, one of the game designers involved in the game. And how are you doing, Laura? Welcome on in.
Hello, I'm doing great. Thanks to have me.
Good. So, Laura, did I do a good elevator pitch by reading that Steam description? Is that good enough?
Yeah, it's good enough. It's good enough. We will see the rest in a
Okay,
minute.
so let's go then. I'm going to start the campaign, which I believe starts with a somewhat long introduction video with some lore and events unfolding, right?
Yes,
All right.
sounds good.
I will never forget the last days of Erengard. The day the purgatory came. The day our homeland was devoured by silence. The day everything turned to dust.
Okay. So this is where we have the first interaction with the game, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
You already see it's an auto-battle type of battle gameplay,
Uh-huh.
and you have skills depending on your heroes that you can play via cards.
Correct. Yeah, so our abilities are in each card. The cards have a cooldown, right? And so we should be doing something.
Yeah.
Either to save them
All right.
or to perish
So we can
by their side.
ask for a celestial meteor. Let's do that. And here it comes. There we go. I was successful.
Yeah. So this was scripted, of course. I like us on a bit.
Right.
Not
Only I
interesting.
remained to protect the survivors of our once mighty kingdom. But in my darkest hours, doubt took hold. How can I lead these people? Where to? Am I really worthy to be their queen? In my moment of despair,
So
a golden light.
the game is real time, but in a way, the cooldowns associated with abilities and everything, so it kind of feels like a turn-based at times.
Actually, it is a
I
turn-based
hear
strategy
you,
game,
faithful guardian.
and then the battles
Please,
are
show
running
us the
every
way.
time. So
Okay.
you decide yourself when you want to battle,
And
basically
so
when you
Queen
feel ready.
Lorelei of Erengard sets forth to lead her subjects
Okay,
towards an
interesting.
uncertain
Okay.
future. In the distant realm of Elbin, she hopes to meet Lord Hauser, a loyal friend of her late father.
And so this
Who is now
intro
serving as
hints
cleric of
to
aid
the idea that
to
there's a lot
Elbin's
of lore,
monarch.
right? So this is heavy story
Surely the
driven,
old
correct?
man will
Yeah, we are a
understand her plight.
narrative-driven game, and we have a campaign
At
focused
long
around
last, the
multiple
people of
characters,
Erengard arrive
different
at their
factions.
destination. Yet something seems
So this
off.
should be your access
Elbin's
point
roads,
to this
fields,
game,
and
playing
villages
the
are
campaign.
deserted, and the
Correct,
air
okay.
is rent with the sound of battle.
Okay, so let's start.
Look, everyone! Isla has found Elbin's capital. If we make haste, we could be there on the morrow.
Okay, so
Alright.
maybe I can summarize a bit
Yeah,
what happened in the
summarize a
trailer.
little bit, please.
Not in the trailer, sorry, in the intro.
Right.
So you play as young Queen Lorelei. She's the last survivor of her house, and as you might have seen, her homeland was attacked by these huge black orbs that you have seen on the map moving, and attacked by the faction coming with them. So they basically destroyed her homeland, and she fled now with the last survivors of her house, and seeking aid of a friend of her father's at the neighboring kingdom, of Elbin, and this is where we start.
Okay. So, what inspired you and the whole team to make a game like this?
So especially our creative director, he's a huge fan of these old turn-based strategy games, and but all the team has a passion for that. And we also wanted to make a narrative game, with our own world and create our own IP. So a lot of love went into that. Also develop our own art style for this. So this is really like a passion project for all of us, where we try to create our own world.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So let me try to understand a little bit the gameplay here, because I played just a little. Okay, we can play a friend location. Okay, it's to build a house. So this is kind of like the typical RTS beginning, right? Where you are supposed to maybe set up a base, or in this case, we actually have a place to go, right?
Yes,
Which is over there.
exactly.
Yeah.
It will be your base. Big spoiler, but yeah, first
Yeah.
this should teach you like the first steps of the game, and this will be your first real fight.
Elbin is under our control. Surrender at once.
Okay.
So since it's the first one, you see it's rather weak.
Exactly. Okay, so we can ask for the meteor. Okay.
The second card will teleport all your cavalry units into the area, and they will dash
This one.
over the battlefield there.
Okay.
That was the
Oh,
meteor.
nice.
And
Yeah, so they dashed, right? They did some.
yes, from wherever they stand.
Okay, this
currently.
one is a retreat. Okay.
Yeah, so be careful. Don't
Yeah,
only in emergency cases.
right, right. Yeah, I find that this kind of combat. I haven't played many strategy games in the last few years, but I grew up playing Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, Command and Conquer, but also Civilization. Sorry, and this feels like a mix of both, right? Because this is real time in a way, but then we also have to manage turns, so we have limited
Yeah.
steps that we can take. Correct?
So one of the design goals for this game was to make a 4X type of strategy game that can be played in one evening, though. So we aim for a bit of a faster gameplay. This is why we automated the battles, and we also took great inspiration from titles like Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, if you played that one.
No, I have not.
Okay, where the units all have their special behaviors, and you basically set up the armies and they auto fight against each other. It's quite a nice title. Maybe you want to try.
Yeah, that seems interesting.
Yeah,
So-
and then of course, also one of the big inspirations is Heroes of Might and Magic. Also for
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one. I should be playing eventually. Okay, so hold on a second because I'm not understanding this correct. Okay, gotcha. I know what
Yeah.
Yeah.
You move this way. So now the way is obstructed. That is why the movement meter turned red.
Okay.
You have movement points up to 10 for this hero, and
Okay. So
if
it
you use
was
all of them up, now the movement meter is gray, and you have to end your turn.
just okay. Yeah, I ran out of steps.
Yes.
Cool.
You can also inspect your army if you like, if you right-click on it.
So
So there you see
I was going to
management
ask
screen.
something related to this very fast before I forget. So, is it possible for a wall combat to just unfold by itself without me intervening in any way? So, what I mean is, imagine that I have a very strong army. Can my army just win a battle without me using any abilities?
Yes, if it's way stronger than the enemy, then you don't have to do anything. But since this is a strategy game, you might want to also
Right.
save your resources. And since this is the first map, it might be as easy in the beginning that you can actually win battles like this. But on later maps and also later on this map, you definitely won't be able to win without your cards.
Right. Okay. Oh, and I can actually rearrange them
Exactly.
in any way. Nice.
You can also right-click each of them, and you
Okay.
will see what each of the units does. So each of them has separate perks. You can hover over the icons and get some information
so
about them.
power, the charge. So when I use the charge ability, these ones are the only ones charging the mounted units.
No, the devastating charge is a separate thing. It is separate from the charge.
Okay.
The knightly charge card, they are just named similarly.
It's all friendly, yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So the knightly charge card will actually affect all cavalry type units. So everybody on a mount.
Exactly. Okay. Okay, so their HP. Okay. So they have different stats, I can see that.
Exactly.
Different power, different HP.
As a start, maybe the only thing that you should be careful is to put your archers in the back, because they are ranged units and the rest should stand in front of them, but I think they are in the back
Right.
currently, so it should be fine.
Yeah, they are, but maybe I can put them like this.
Yes, but you also have to be careful. If you right click them,
They have a range.
They have a range. They are range 2, so they can't shoot over the whole battlefield, but are like a mid-ranged unit.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's better to keep them somewhere in the middle.
Gotcha. Nice. Very interesting. Let me just drop the Steam link on chat, sorry. I find that quite important. Okay, so we got to our base, right?
Through the desolate
Mhm.
streets of Elbin,
Okay, there you
Lorelei
meet
experiences
Hauser.
an all too familiar sensation. War is in the air.
So this is the character that we came after for help or for support, right?
Exactly, he's a friend of your family, and yeah, you seek out help. But actually, he informs you that the kingdom you just traveled to is also under war, and they have their own problems and cannot really aid you before their sovereign is not freed.
Right. So maybe we'll have to help them first.
Exactly.
Nice.
Our country is at war, and King Atron is trapped behind enemy lines. It pains me to deny our support. But we cannot grant you sanctuary while our very survival is at stake, milady.
I am sorry, old man, but I've grown weary of fighting. I will help you liberate your sovereign, but that's all I can do.
Thank you, milady.
So all of these interactions are voice acted, right?
The enemy has surrounded
Yeah,
the king's
nice.
sword and citadel.
So the whole campaign will be voice acted. Just a few of the speech bubbles, which are system speech bubbles, are not voiced.
Great. Okay. So we have our new goal.
Hmm You can.
I cannot cross it, or can I?
No, you first have to move in with a.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
And you can also right-click the location now,
Okay.
because there you can actually recruit new units,
Oh.
indicated by this gray card, and you can play them wherever you want.
So let's get more archers.
The thing is, your army is full right now. So you have 6 units, and you first have to level up your main hero in this army
Which is
to
okay,
expand the
Lorelei.
capacity. But you can put them in the reserves. So they will travel with you, but not participate in battle.
Like this.
Like this,
Okay.
exactly. You can also put something in the garrison, then they will stay behind in the location and defend the location if under attack.
Okay. And can I do that with my current units? So can I
Yes,
can do this, right?
you can
Something like
exchange
this.
them, swap them
Yeah.
around, however you like.
Okay. And my resources are always on the top left, so I don't have any more money to recruit more. And I see the Iron Sworn are now healing, because they are resting, I assume.
Exactly, yes. If you stand in a location that has a certain perk, the supply perk in this case, then they will heal over several turns. So if you
Okay.
don't need them, leave them behind, and then you can pick them up as a fully healed
Right,
unit
so
again.
we can do this.
Mhm.
Okay, great. So we're gonna do this.
Yeah,
Okay, let's go. I think. Should I go on and try to fight some more?
you can do that. You will run out of movement points relatively soon, but you can also steer a second hero now. The blue one that just appeared next to the capital.
Okay.
Also?
Oh.
So he's a priest type unit, a battle priest, and he also has 2 other priest units, so they are all ranged units.
Okay.
And I would advise you to put some tanky units in front of them, because they are very frail So
Okay. And how can I do that? So can I mix them with my current army?
yes, you can exchange if you move on the other army. Then you will see this
Okay.
exchange icon. This was there. You just selected this army.
Oh, sorry.
You have to act as if you would be moving with a right click.
Okay, gotcha. So my army here, and then like this.
Yes.
Okay, and now I can
You
rearrange
can
them.
regroup. Mhm.
Okay, so we could do something like this.
The only unit that you can't exchange is the hero. The hero always has to stay in their army.
Okay, but I can get some acolytes to join here, for example,
Yes, you can do that.
and we
Totally.
can give them, for example, a couple of units like this. And now I have 2 armies from now on.
Exactly.
Okay.
I would advise you though to maybe mix them up in a bit of a different way, because you see that this hero actually has different cards, and he's not
Oh.
good with cavalry units, but specializes on summoning. So maybe you want to leave the cavalry units in Lorelei's army and give him just a few tanky units to stand in front.
Okay, and you mean like our Arsworm, for example? Those would be tankier?
Yeah, the Hearthstone are not really tanky, but they are at least obstacles
Okay,
for the moment. They are like the basic soldiers that you have. And I think
Okay.
you don't have enough money currently to...
Okay, but can I do something like this? Would this be enough?
You can do that, yes.
Or maybe... damn it. Can't I move them there? No. It's full. Okay, 5 out of 5.
full, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Okay, so maybe you can do something like this. Let's give it a try. If I die, I die. Okay. Let's explore a little. And can I fight with the... Wait, so...
Not with yourself, no.
No, not that. No, but can I fight an army with both my armies, or do I have to make a choice?
One after the other.
Okay. Okay. Okay, gotcha. So I can put them like this, and then I can strike them with these guys, and then afterwards bring the other ones.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna take the risk. I wanna try new abilities. So let me ask you, Laura, what is more challenging when you're making a game like this?
What is more challenging?
Yeah, so I mean, sorry, a very vague question, I'm sorry. So, when you're making a game like this, you have to think about the lore, you have to think about, I don't know, the balance of the units. So, what is the biggest struggle that you have when you're designing an RTS game?
For us, the biggest struggle was, I think, to get it all together, because in a strategy game there are so many interlinked features, and with only a fraction of the features that you have to build first, and you have to start first somewhere. It takes a long time until the game really becomes complex and becomes interesting to play. So we struggled with that a bit in the beginning, I think. Also, since this is like one of the first titles where we really heavily invest in the campaign, we also invested a lot in the story, and there were a lot of changes in the story and in the campaign in the process. So I think we did not really struggle heavily with that or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the storytelling is also sometimes a challenge in games like this, right? Or at least
Yes.
back in the days, especially considering the games I remember playing, storytelling was tough. I think Warcraft 3 was probably the first game that actually had some kind of interaction like we are having here, where armies and characters are interacting with each other with voice acting.
Yeah. So to build all of these systems definitely was a challenge, because in the beginning the whole story was way less complex than it turned out now. And then we discovered, yes, we want to have voiced dialogues on the map, and we want to have little cutscenes. So yeah, we had to make this happen and build the systems for that, and in a way that they still work out with the rest of the gameplay without blocking the player all the time, for example,
Right.
and still keep the flow up of the game. So that is a building card that you have
Yeah.
there. You can add
Can
a
I use it
building.
here?
Yeah, you can.
I'm gonna use it here. See what happens. Okay. Right.
We'll add a building here, and this one actually helps you level up your locations, because if you zoom out on the map with the mouse wheel,
Oh. Ah. Nice.
there you see the overview map, and you also see that all of your locations, the owned locations, have a level bar.
Yeah.
And if it's full, you can upgrade this location. So the building you
Okay.
just built adds more of this location experience every turn, so they level up quicker. And
Okay.
also it provides you with extra gold.
Okay. Okay. Very nice. Sorry, it is a lot of information to grasp.
That's very normal in the beginning. There will be also a tutorial in the final game, but since this is the demo, there are only these information sheets.
Yeah, of course, of course. So,
yeah.
I notice here this city is under siege. What does that mean? Does that mean that can I join this siege?
You should not join the siege, because
Damn
actually
it.
you should free the besieging party. So
Too late
yeah,
now.
yeah. So here you have attacked the siege, and since they were
actually-
focused on the siege, you have surprised them. They were stunned. in the
Okay,
beginning.
yeah, and we got an animation saying that there was an ambush by us, I assume.
By you, yeah.
Yeah.
You should actually focus a bit on the catapult, because
Okay.
it's a very dangerous unit. If you have the chance, then maybe play the
Right,
summoning
yeah, I can
card
see.
on them.
That's
But
right.
it looks good. It looks good. Your priests do a very good job there.
Yeah, they're strong.
Yeah, they are surprisingly strong.
I really like this real-time type of combat. So we can interfere, but things are going on. Actually, makes it more dynamic,
Mhm.
and not just a matter of bring a lot of units and attack with this.
One by one.
Yeah, exactly.
And one
exactly.
battle takes 20 minutes.
Exactly, exactly.
This was one of our biggest goals.
Okay.
We want to make one map
I am
finishable
forever in your
in
debt,
one
but
evening.
alas,
Right.
I must request your assistance one more time.
I'm not here to fight. All I want is
This
a new
gives me
home for
huge
my
vibes.
And you shall have it.
So this makes me think a lot of board games.
Then I will
And I'm wondering if the
Yes.
the game design process is somewhat similar, at least the rules that you have to come up with.
Queen Lorelei
Yeah,
made us
exactly. So actually the movement meter is
At your command.
an idea that was taken from tabletop games, where you have this
Snow
measuring
was the
device
winter city of southern
for
Mundus,
how many
Friedland's
you can
capital,
move.
Sternsicht,
So
has
this was
fallen
taken
into
from that.
decay after many years of war.
Yeah, and
From
it
the
works
royal
great.
squire's
So I think
highest battlement, the
it's
duchy's
it's very
ancient
intuitive
matriarch
actually. So I
Radiant
was struggling a little, but
addresses
as you said, I didn't
Lorelei
do an
of
actual
Hauser
tutorial, right?
in
So
a
I just
brave voice.
jumped right into gameplay.
Yeah.
must live!
Okay. Suggestions. Where should I go? What should I do? Oh, we can level up this.
So you just received a new objective, which is the capital in the north, which is actually the aggressor on this map.
There we go.
They are the party that attacked the kingdom of Elbin, and you should attack them as the final boss on this map.
Okay.
But you are probably not strong enough, because this is a
Right.
very strong hero, and they have even 2 catapults and strong rage thorn units. So you might want to explore the map a bit more.
Uh-huh. And I assume, so I'm seeing here, yeah, fortified. So this is what I was gonna ask. So when a unit is kind of like in Civilization, I think, when a unit is stationed at a city, a building or something, they have some advantage over the attackers, right?
There are certain units that have in our game. They will have certain perks, like the guard perk, where they get a power bonus if they are standing on a location.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we have certain perk mechanics working with that. Yeah, and they are in a fortified location. So first, before they can be attacked, the player has to besiege this location for several turns.
Okay.
So-
Okay.
Since the game is lost when you lose your capital, this gives the player a bit of a chance to react to a sudden attack.
Correct. Makes sense. Okay, so I can level up that location, and that is why.
This is not the location. This is the hero actually. That received the level up here. It is just standing on the location.
Right. Oh yeah, it has a plus sign on their icon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's level
You can
up.
play it on the hero.
Okay, and now and I can choose. Okay.
Yes. For every level up, you will receive 2 new cards and 1 card upgrade.
Okay.
So those 2 cards you already have. Those 2
Yeah.
cards are new, and this card you already have.
Correct. Okay, so planet.
The gray cards are summoning cards. You will recruit new units with that from a pool,
Right.
celestial units, and the middle card is a battle card, the red
Okay.
one.
And
this
this is
will-
an upgrade.
The middle one will protect your units in battle with a mighty shield.
Okay.
But
I think I'm. Sorry. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, the other 2 are also good. Pick
I'm gonna go with this
whatever
one.
you like.
So, what are the next steps for you with this game, Laura? So, what are you pretending on releasing a demo, or is the game gonna be released soon? What are the next steps?
We plan to release the game 2024, and
Okay.
there is a demo for this. It was released for the Steam Fest,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, I think it is still public, the demo, so everybody can also try out this map that you see here.
And should be available on Steam, right?
It should be available on Steam, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Lars
And-
already said that on the chat.
Yeah, we are collecting feedback from that demo currently, and are trying to get feature complete, content complete for what we have planned, but also implement the feedback we get from the actual first players now. So yeah, these are the
Okay.
next steps.
So maybe this is a very very early question, but is this game? So are you pretending on releasing a follow-up game, for example, like a sequel? Are you gonna be working on DLCs or any kind of extra content for the game down the road after release? What are the plans?
So we would love to add more content to the game. Of course, this is always dependent on how it goes, right?
course.
How much of a success this is, and so on. But we definitely have plans for more factions and more units that could suffice for more than one
Right.
DLC. So yeah, we would
Right.
like to.
And would that be? I can imagine a lot of people trying to play this like in a try-hard mentality, trying to just overcome some challenges. So would you? Are you guys also thinking about approaching the game and the extra content with that in mind, or is this gonna be focused on the lore and on the story going on?
So there will be different modes in this game. This is like the campaign mode, and there are maps which will have, which are very heavily focused on puzzles, for example, or where
Oh, okay.
the resources are very scarce. But then also we have a multiplayer mode. The skirmish mode, you can play it alone against AI as well, but also against other players. And I think there will be the most challenges then for other players.
Okay. So
For
PvP
local
maybe,
players.
not just PvP, but can be PvP as well, right? So I can play against
Yeah.
my wife.
Yeah, you can actually.
And file for divorce afterwards, maybe. So sorry, we have a question on the chat by Ricardo. The inspiration on Banner Saga is something present or not? Lars,
Actually, we
yes.
did not look so much at Banner Saga. We were heavily inspired for the art style for with Art Nouveau, actually. But of course, yeah, we like this comparison a lot since it's a nice game. But actually, it is not something that we aimed for.
Okay.
It turned out to be a bit similar, maybe in art style, but yeah, the inspiration was Art Nouveau. Alfons Mucha, of Klimt.
Okay, so On the bottom right, we have the end turn call to action button, right? And around them, we have all the factions that are involved in this map. Is that correct? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So we are the blue ones.
You are the blue ones. The gray ones are actually all the neutrals on the map. It's the world phase.
Okay.
So they are not a specific faction, but they are like every monster fights for themselves.
Right. Yeah, just the random ads that are on the map.
Yeah. So currently, the AI is in a very basic state in the game. You have not seen anything move on the map. It will be turned on later in the map, just as a heads up. If you still pass a few turns, then they will actually come at you.
Okay.
But it is still a bit stupid. So beware of
Okay.
that. We are still working on that. So you asked for a next milestone. That would be definitely to make the AI a bit smarter.
Right. Okay. One thing at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least in the combat, I find like the way they behaved here was just very interesting, actually. So they kind of came to my backline and got me in trouble. I think I'm in
Exactly.
severe trouble.
They have a special perk, the line breaker perk, which actually goes through all of your units right to the back line.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And
die.
if you would have inspected the army before you did
Right.
that, then
Right.
you could have maybe.
I think I'll
counteracted on
survive,
that.
but not by a lot. Right.
Oh yeah, you took heavy losses.
So learning the learning the hard lessons the hard way, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but you did
Yeah.
well. You
Yes.
survived, and you got another level up.
Exactly. Rebuild. Okay. Oh, this is like a ruin, and we can rebuild it. So let's do
exactly.
that. Okay, it's being built. Does it take? Oh yeah, this turn. This turn. Okay. Okay. So let's level up again. Level up again. What have we got? Call reserves. Call random combat units from your army reserves onto the battlefield. Okay. Fortify. So this is an ability that this is not a combat ability, correct?
The blue cards are played on the strategy map. It's one of
Okay.
the buildings you can attach to a location, and with that one you can fortify a location with walls around it, so it needs to be besieged before enemies can attack it.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's choose that just to have a different set of abilities. Okay. By the way, people on the chat and people watching the stream, please go to Steam and wishlist the game. Helps the
Yes.
devs a ton.
Totally.
Right? So, because actually, this is a curiosity of mine. I think this is correct, but correct me if I'm wrong. Wish lists actually help you with Steam algorithm and recommendation system, right?
Yeah, they help a lot. So it is not just something that you do so the game is lying around on your account, but it actually helps the game, especially indie games. So please do that.
Right. Please do that. Okay, I'm gonna go again and fight and take the risk. And just drop the link again. There they go.
They also had the line breaker perk.
Right.
So they also went to the back lines.
But this one seems to be going better. Actually, I didn't do much. It's done.
Yeah, they were just two
done.
small units.
Yeah. It's very nice. I think it's the first time I play a game with a combat like this. It's very nice because even though the combat was easy, I didn't do much, I still felt like the urge to do something because there's stuff going on, so I have to act quickly. And I find that quite interesting.
I can also show you something in the next battle. You can actually zoom in and look a bit closer
really?
at what is happening with your mouse wheel. Maybe the next battle you can try.
Okay, we'll do that. Okay,
Yeah, you can also see then that they are actually having a certain behavior on their own. They actually react to enemies. Some will, for example, charge at enemies, and others will draw a bit back because they are lighter and are afraid of what is coming at them.
Okay. That makes me think, and I don't think I'm wrong. In Total War games, units have specific reactions. They have they have fear. Some are fearless, and so the reactions. Sorry.
We have things like that as well, but we express it through perks. So we have, for example, also like a fear perk and an unwavering perk, and it will affect the unit morale if they flee easily or if they will always succeed in their morale checks or will be more resistant to negative morale. You can influence this also by cards, and the enemy can also influence this by playing cards of your army. So yeah, all of these counter mechanics come into play there.
Cool. Okay. So 2 questions. This army here is, from our perspective, evil, so they're coming after us, I assume. And this unit here is some kind of neutral unit that I can recruit.
Actually, it's a nice side story that starts here. You will meet Pip the Kobold if you do that, and I would recommend you to do that.
Yeah, let's do that, of course. Let's get to know people.
So get a bit closer. Actually, the control zone is very small for this unit, so it's a bit finicky to interact with him.
Okay. Oh, but I can see here. Okay, it's a level 1 character. Actually, is it the level? No. No, that's not the level. Never mind.
It means he has just one combatant in the army. So you have to move at him again, like with your army.
Okay.
Because you are currently standing very
as if
close.
I was doing an exchange.
Yes.
A boisterous kobold is waving his wooden sword with reckless abandon. His eyes bulging with imagined riches, the little scamp turns around to greet his visitors.
Okay. So is Pip the rabbit?
Yeah, he's a kobold, and
sorry.
he's the small one. But nice that you saw that he's actually the small one and not the big monster.
Hey there, I'm Pip, adventurer extraordinaire. At least, that's what I'd like to be.
So, kind of obvious question, but we are in a high fantasy world, right? Okay, so not in a, well, obviously, not in a realistic depiction of a specific medieval era.
Exactly. So we are like in a mixture, I would say. So we definitely don't have typical dwarves and elves, but we have our own races in this world. But they are all human races. So we have different kinds of human, I would say. The progenitors of the typical human that we play now, you meet them later in the game, and I don't want to spoil too much.
Right.
There, but basically, the whole game is about conflict between humans in the end, and warfare between humans, and all of the other fantasy creatures. They kind of revolve around this conflict.
Okay, gotcha.
Here, for example, you see an interesting concept of the game. All of this reddish area, it is called the silence, and the silence is a phenomenon that threatens all of the world. It actually eats up what we call the hymn. The hymn is like the life essence in all of creation, and the soul that lives in everything, but also in things like trees, for example. And this silence eats it up, and it leaves behind these Gestalt type units, the red ones that you fought before.
So it's some kind of decay, something that's
and it threatens all of the kingdoms in this world and causes more warfare, because actually a lot of refugees are dispatched from their homes, and it causes whole wars between them for the remaining land. So that is also kind of the setting that we are in.
Right. Very nice. Yeah, thank you. So Ricard is discussing with Lars on the chat about the art of the game, the music as well, and I think the game is great. It looks like just an interactive painting sometimes. It's very very pretty.
Nice. I will give that compliment to our artists.
Yeah, make sure. It's great work, for sure.
They put a lot of effort into all of these artworks. Actually, all of the units have their separate artworks. If you inspect them with the right click,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can see that. It's
so
kind of
these are the same type of creatures, so they have
but these
similar
ones are
artworks,
not,
but
exactly.
these ones are different ones.
Very nice. Should I be able to defeat them? I wonder.
With your remaining armies, with your remaining units, might be a bit hard. They all have the line breaker perk,
Right.
so maybe you want to be careful.
I got the hint. So let's explore. Oh, I cannot not move further. Okay. Let's enter.
You can maybe go back to the fortress and recruit some units and then go,
You're
go
right.
back.
Oh, I'm being attacked.
Yes, the AI got active now and they are coming for your capital.
Oh. We have a question in chat. Will the demo be updated before launch?
I'm not sure about that. I think there were plans to do something like that, to have like a second demo or something, but I'm not completely sure about that. We would need to confirm this.
Okay.
We have a closed beta that we started a while ago, and there we are testing out more things. Yeah. But the official one, I'm not sure.
Oh, maybe I started a battle by mistake. I was a little hasty, but I think we can manage.
Yes, it will get a bit harder
Yes.
towards the end of the map, so you might want to switch up your composition a bit.
Right. Oh yeah, are my archers being able to? Yeah, they are. Right. I think they are. Oh wait, yeah, we can look closer.
You can zoom.
Nice. Sorry, forgot about that.
No, I also always forget about it.
No, but it's actually great. It's great because even when you are waiting for, so you're waiting for the cooldowns to wear off and to be able to use units, but you can still see something, right? You're not just waiting. You can see the battle unfold, and I think that's a great experience when you're playing a game like this. It's not your typical experience that a lot of people dislike, for example, in RPGs with cooldown abilities, where people just like, oh, it's boring, I have to wait. And like here,
Yes,
you don't really have to wait for anything.
that's the intention.
Okay. Pillage.
You can burn down locations with pillage, so beware.
I'm gonna
We'll do that if
I'm
needed.
gonna do it just for the sake of doing it on stream and see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Okay, and we got
A bit of gold.
yay.
So you also tore down your own building that you have built up.
So this is when
before.
we may want to, for example, do this in an enemy place that we raid and we are not interested in keeping.
Yeah, exactly. You can't keep all of the locations, and sometimes in enemy lands, it's
Okay.
making sense.
Right. So we have to manage how many buildings we are managing. Right. So we cannot just keep everything. Correct. There's a trade-off.
You can have as many as you want, but you might not be able to defend them against the AI.
Okay. Okay, so that's the trade-off. So we have to be wary of how many, what is our capacity to defend the buildings.
The armies you can put there. So you have limited resources always, and you can't put 5 or 10 units in all of your locations.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. We don't have much more time, Laura. So I think we may want to wrap it up. Maybe I'll ask you to share something else that would like to share and that I didn't cover during our conversation. Anything, maybe the next steps, just rephrase them if you want. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe if you are interested in picking up the demo, you have just seen campaign map 1. But if you finish campaign 1, then you also unlock the first skirmish map, and there you can basically play endlessly. It gets randomly generated a bit, at least in the current state, and you can openly play against the AI, recruit more heroes than you have just seen, and just see a bit more content. So,
Amazing. Okay, Laura, I think we did a decent coverage of the game. I really like the game. I have to admit, when I first tried, I just tried a little bit. As I told you, I usually prefer to come in blind and have you explain it to me. I felt a little bit overwhelmed at first, but after playing it with you, I'm pretty sure I'm convinced, and I will probably buy this, because as someone who grew up playing RTS games, this is a very novel approach to me. I haven't played many in the last few years, except for the old ones. So sometimes I play Warcraft 2 just out of nostalgia. So this seems like something new to add to my library and to experience.
thank you so much. It's a nice compliment.
Yeah, thanks for being with us, Laura. And yeah, I think we're done. So stick around for more games afterwards. Yeah, the day is still not over, so we have a lot of games to showcase. Thanks a lot, Laura. Thanks a lot, everybody.
In this realm, light and darkness stand divided, two sides of the same coin. We have existed in parallel, a fragile peace. But now, both worlds are under threat. Our choices define us. Am I really worthy to lead? I don't know why this grand old city fell, but if we pull together, we can rebuild it as our safe haven. True heroes emerge through triumphs and setbacks.
Look who's come begging for mercy.
We'll find a way to survive. I can't afford to show any weakness now.
Doom is approaching. Chains and silence.
We'll write the song of our destiny, and our song will shatter the silence.